about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Ain't no stopping me, ain't no topping me. I am up, #1 seed, ain't nobody popping up. Got a squad of gorillas from the jungle suited up. You kicking off against me, hope you ready, get it up. I be booted up, popping out a Sprinter or a truck. Whole team chasing bags while they chasing us. Calling audible, I read the game, I think it's time to switch. You get hit, if I miss, then my teammates got the blitz, yeah. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48. Built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Detroit Lions. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Mike, get a 20! You have to get time to see it now. Undercut. Omaha, ready to move. Recon, 132 fighter.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on second and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
21.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
This is fielded at the 27. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 38. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now this time Rodgers will throw. The left side throw complete to Adams. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain there of 30 big ones.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Lions. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Ready? Hey, easy! It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. The completion to Riddick. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Stafford. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
32!
Just beating the play clock. Stafford got a man. It's Amendola. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, fly low! You got 3, 3 down. 24 is the mic. Switch up. Hey, 22! Kill!
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
Kill. 32!
The first down carry here for Johnson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford to the right and complete to Galladay. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 15-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Stafford, and it's caught, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Prater for the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Hard to believe, but 6 weeks of the NFL schedule will have come and gone by the conclusion of this one. But coming up Thursday night, a good one to kick off Week 7. Kansas City and Denver from up at Mile High. Kickoff at 8:20 Eastern, 6:20 local there in the midst of the Rockies. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. To Valdes-Scantling over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 28 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point try now for Crosby. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10.
right.
On first down, Stafford here. Open man is Galladay, complete.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Alert! 50, Mark 50, Mark 50. Hey, come on, come on.
Here's Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a first down throw. Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground, and the Packers pick it up. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. On first down, it's Stafford. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. He was looking for Theo Riddick there. That'll bring up 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Crosby with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
40 got. 40 got. Hey. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Check the outs. Check the outs. Check the outs.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, Foxtrot. Foxtrot. 50 to Mike.
Operating from the gun. Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Packers. Mecole Hardman. His second touchdown on the season. And the Packers add on to their lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
22. 3 down. 24 is the mic. Come on. You bet. Hey. Shit. Drill right. 22. Good on.
Throwing again. Stafford looking downfield for Joe. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Check. Check your hot read. 21.
They'll run on first down. Johnson. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd and 7, Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Stafford. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here we go. Hey, 54. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
On fourth down, Stafford. Carrying one deep for Curse. He's got it at the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
Zero. 42. Mike 42. Check. Check. Mike 42.
I'm coming.
Hey, Delta. Hey, Mike's 42. Mike's 42. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up.
Again, it's Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Kenny Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a dump off here complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
That's another Packers 1st down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
58. Right there, 40's Mike.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Trying to pound it in here with Michel. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Michel going to try again. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
158. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. Yeah, he's got it. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. He may try and run for this. And I don't think he got in. He didn't. He's stoned at the 1-yard line. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Set. 250. 10, 10. 50, 50. 42 the mark, boys.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And he's only able to get it to right around the 3. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. From his own goal line, Stafford. James has got it. Complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Brings up 4th down.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
24 is the mic. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. 24 is the mic. I can't believe they let you go.
So they will go for it. Stafford. And Amendola with a catch. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. And on 4th and short, they snag a gain of over 30. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Sponge. No.
Stafford on 1st down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And the pass complete, this one to Danny Amendola. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Stafford going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Stafford looks to throw again. Spinning past him. He finds Riddick, complete.
Stafford's pass complete to Theo Riddick. He's forced out of bounds.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Throwing again is Stafford. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. And now the rookie's free. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Mason Crosby set to kick off.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Stafford here coming off his pick 6. Forced out to his left. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
You better bring it. Bravo. You better bring it.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Kenny Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Throwing is Stafford. The left side completion to Jones. They give him a gain of 37. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Johnson. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Hey, easy.
Check, 42's the mic.
Zebra.
42's the mic.
Hey, tight.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Hey, wahoo.
Towards the mic.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, They have refined route running ability.
Extra point good by Prater. And that will get them one closer. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 38. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Mecole Hardman the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Here's J.K. Scott now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
At their own 14-yard line.
Set. Number 20. Get the weight room. 59.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Mecole Hardman the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got? Jump out! What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go, here we go.
To throw again. Rodgers taking a deep shot here for Hardman. This is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead will swell by one more. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
3 down, 3 down. Hey, check, check.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He's brought down at the 26. 1-yard gain brings up
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Under 10. Hey, Alpha. 10. Hey, give me radar.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Watch the screen. Watch
Buzz. 50, Mike 50.
Now Stafford. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Mike Daniels. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. 3rd and long. It's Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 30. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10. Rodgers looking to throw. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. They bring Rashaan Melvin on the corner blitz, and he gets there. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
20. 18. Watch tight. Tight end right.
We got 4.
On play action, Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
The Packers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
88.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdes-Scantling. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Blue 58. Teammate. Everyone's got 4 down.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Eluding the pressure right. This one to the right, caught by Valdes-Scantling. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
18. Watch right. We got right. It's going to be a long.
Rodgers throwing here. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Going the other way.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Cut. Hey, Mike's 42.
Hurry. You ain't doing like 7. You ain't doing nothing today.
Hey, alert 3.
Hey, Zoo.
Mike 42. Rip right.
White.
42 to Mike.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Packer pressure, and down he goes. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Off of play action, here's Stafford. And the pressure gets to him again. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. On 3rd down, Johnson. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defense